Good afternoon, everyone. This is PJ. Welcome to Grace Hollow Rabbitry. And I came out here to breed a doe and to address a couple of questions. I'm asked frequently, what makes you decide to keep a rabbit or not to keep a rabbit, especially a buck? How do you know which bucks to keep? When it's time to let them go. I got this question a lot after I sold ink. And, there's several things you have to consider when choosing or keeping a herd sire, or time to let him move on. First of all, what kind of body type has he got? That's pretty important because there's a good chance he's going to pass that along. You need to think about the does that you have, what kind of body types they have, and will they complement the buck, or will the buck complement the doe? Either way. And then, there's other things you have to consider as well. One, what are your future goals for your rabbitry, and is that buck going to help you get there? And then, again, the rabbits, the does that you have, are they in conjunction with your buck, or maybe 2 or 3 bucks that you might have? Are they going to help you move forward to that goal? These are things you have to consider. And then if it's an existing buck, whether you keep him or let him go, what is his production? What does he produce? Is he producing what you want? Is he producing good-sized litters? Does he have a good sperm count? If you repeatedly use this buck with different does and you're getting very small litters, it's probably a good idea to let your buck go, unless you don't care about numbers and feed ratio, and he's just throwing dynamite 1 or 2 rabbits, and that's all that you are satisfied with, then, go ahead and keep him. But on the other hand, if he's not producing a good number of kits, you should probably let him go. And if he's not producing the quality that you are looking for across multiple does, then again, it's time to let them go. With that, many people have asked, okay, so Ink produced dynamite kits, he produced dynamite litters, and his production was good, his quality was good, so why would you let a buck like that go? And there is a reason, and I'm going to answer that. I'm going to give you the long version, so it's going to take a little bit. Before I do, I was breeding that doe out here, and I had, sometimes I'm not very quick on the uptake. Sometimes it takes me just a little bit to catch up with my brain and what's going on. Anyway, I was out there, and I was talking to you about Dave, and how I had suspected, because Daisy at one point, a couple times actually, she had produced 1 blue kit, and then she produced in her last litter 2 broken blue kits, and there's no blue in her background. And on the pedigree, there's no blue in her mother's background, Hero, and there's no blue in Dave's background either. But I had collected with thoughts, or I had suspected, maybe that dilute gene was being passed down through Dave. I didn't know for sure. And I just had an epiphany, okay? I know with 100% fact, Dave is the one producing the blues. you know, that gave Daisy the blue, the dilute gene, and that's how come she's able to produce blues. I had suspected, but you know, I know for a fact now. When you talk about the dilute gene, it is a recessive gene, and therefore for it to appear, both parents has to have and pass one copy of the dilute gene. So they have to get one copy from the mom and one copy from the dad. When I bred Daisy to Jasper, we got broken blue. So she carries dilute. We already knew, and of course Jasper carries 2 copies of dilute because he appears blue. So we already knew Daisy carried it, but we couldn't decide Hero or Dave. Well, I now know, after a little thought, it's Dave because I bred him to Nellie, who is a broken blue, and she produced majority blues. 6 blues, 1 broken blue, 1 black, 1 broken black. So we know Dave has the dilute gene. And then Possum Grape confirmed that today as well, because I bred her to Dave also. And now Possum Grape is a broken black, but her mother was a blue, so I knew she carried the blue. She got 1 blue gene from her mother, so she carries that 1 gene, and she can pass that on to some of her kids. But for it to appear, she will pass it to, I think, 25% of her babies. But unless there's another copy that comes from the sire, they will never appear blue. But since Dave carries the dilute gene and Possum Grape carries the dilute gene, we had 50% blue. I don't know why it took me so long to put that together, but he has to be the one that carries it. So anyway, back to the original question. Why did I sell Ink when he produced such good babies, good number of babies, and good quality babies? Let's go take a look, okay? Right here, I'm going to make this as quick as I can, so I'm not opening cages. I'm just going to walk through. Right here we have Moko. He is the son of Ink, and he is registered, and he has 2 legs, and if I can ever get him back into coat condition, I would like to continue showing him and possibly get his last leg. Here we have Cash. Cash is a son of Ink. He is a registered grand champion. Right here is Mina, and Mina is a black doe, obviously. She is registered. She also has 2 legs. I can breed to Ink if I wanted to. She is black. As far as I know, she does not carry the blue gene, dilute, as far as I know. So her and Ink will never produce blues. They will only produce broken black. Ink was a Charlie. He only throws brokens. He doesn't throw dilute, and neither does she. So she would not be conduent to my program and my goals with Ink. So no chance of blues out of that pairing. And then here we have Zion, and Zion is a niece to Ink. Then here we have Everlong and all her babies, 7 babies here. Everlong is the daughter to Ink. And so all these babies here would be grandbabies to Ink. My next doe is, I believe this is Shawnee. And Shawnee is out of Biggers. And so she would be a grandchild of Ink's. Then we have Hero. Hero is a younger litter mate, or not a litter mate, she's a younger sister to Ink. Same mom, same dad. Next to her, we have Daisy. And Daisy is out of hero. So she would be a niece here to ink. Possum Grape. She, by the way, Everlong and Daisy and Shawnee are all registered Grand Champions. Here's Possum Grape. She's also a registered Grand Champion. She is the daughter of Ink. And she's a Broken Blue. She is unrelated to Ink. So I could breed her to Ink. However, she's a Broken and Ink is a Charlie. So I would get a whole lot of Charlies in that crossing. And again, they would throw blue carriers, but I would never see a blue from that pairing. However, breeding a Broken to a Charlie, in my opinion, is a bad practice. Not that I wouldn't ever do it, but it wouldn't be a good idea. Okay, and so here is Blue Sky. And Blue Sky is unrelated. So I could have bred her to Ink, but the same thing. I would never see blues. I would only produce blue carriers. And, you know, I could have done that with a lot of success. But I have Cash. I can do the same thing with Cash. And her and Cash will produce some blues, in theory. Okay, and then here we have the Queen. Let's see. She is out of Daisy. I can't remember right off the top of my head if she's out of Daisy or if she's out of Biggers. Either way, she would be a granddaughter to Ink. Okay, so there you have it. There's all my blue, black, and broken blue or black brood does that I could breed. There's only two that I could feasibly breed to. That would be Mina and Blue Sky, but they would never produce blue. And it would produce blue carriers. Well, with Blue Sky it would, not with Mina. But you know, only one doe that I could get blue carriers from, because that's my ultimate goal, is to produce blues. So, you know, Ink just didn't, one, I had a very limited selection of who I could breed him to, and two, everyone's related to him, and he's not going to help me any further with my blue line. He's given me some super nice blue carriers. We've got Cash, Moco, Possum Grape, at least those that are blue carriers. That's a direct descendant from Ink. And then we've got quite a few grandchildren, you know, that's still out in the grow-out cages and being shown currently. So that's why it was time for Ink to leave. I know, long explanation, and I'm sorry it took so long, but I just wanted you to see firsthand why. But I do miss Ink. He was a wonderful addition to my rabbitry. But now that I have his children and grandchildren, he's going to carry his legacy on. And he's built a fantastic foundation for a blue line. And, you know, you can't ask for more than that out of a single buck. So anyway, there you have it. Thanks for watching, and until we speak again, God bless.